There is a man on TikTok with 10 million followers who eats raw liver on camera and calls it ancestral. He quit his own diet after his testosterone dropped and his heart started skipping beats. There is another man who called himself CEO of the ancestral lifestyle. He was spending $11,000 a month on steroids. Meat is not the problem. The lie about meat is. They lied about what your ancestors ate. Before we get to your ancestors, start with your wallet. Why is a bag of apples more expensive than a cheeseburger? Your taxes. 63% of U.S. farm subsidies go to meat and dairy. Fruits and vegetables get less than 1%. The government tells you to fill half your plate with plants, then puts 4% of the budget toward growing them. Between 1995 and 2023, the USDA spent at least $72 billion subsidizing livestock producers. That does not include corn and soybean subsidies, which mostly go to animal feed. Corn alone got $3.2 billion in 2024. 95% of it goes to feed, ethanol, and processed food ingredients. What does that mean at the register? A $4 Big Mac actually costs society about $11 when you add taxpayer subsidies, healthcare costs, and environmental damage. $2 in hidden costs for every $1 the industry sells. The USDA classifies fruits and vegetables as specialty crops, like they are luxury items. Only 1 in 10 American adults eats enough fruits and vegetables. The poorest communities eat the fewest. That is not a failure of discipline. That is a policy choice. So the system makes meat cheap and plants expensive. But the industry needed more than economics. They needed a story. A story that said meat is not just affordable, it is ancestral. Paul Saladino, known as Carnivore MD, told millions of followers that the carnivore diet unlocks health by returning to our ancestral diet. He wrote the book. He sold the supplements, organ meat capsules, through a company called Heart and Soil. After 2 years on the diet, his testosterone dropped. He could not sleep. Heart palpitations, muscle cramps. His words, "Maybe long-term ketosis is not great for me." Probably not a great thing for most humans. He quit. His medical license in California went delinquent. His business partner was Brian Johnson, known as Liver King. Millions of followers, raw organs on camera, 9 ancestral tenets. In 2022, leaked emails showed he was spending over $11,000 a month on steroids. In 2025, he went on a Netflix documentary and denounced the entire carnivore diet. Every major meatfluencer is selling something. Supplements, subscriptions, capsules. And an investigation by WBUR found 0 peer-reviewed studies confirming any benefit of the carnivore diet. Now, to be clear, meat has real nutritional value: iron, B12, complete proteins. That is not in dispute. But there is a difference between meat can be part of a healthy diet and meat is the only thing humans were designed to eat. One is nutrition, the other is marketing. So what did our ancestors actually eat? Scientists checked. January 2025. A team from the Max Planck Institute and the University of the Witwatersrand published a study in Science, one of the most respected journals in the world. They analyzed the teeth of 7 Australopithecus specimens, our ancestors, from 3 to 3.7 million years ago, found in caves near Johannesburg. The method is straightforward. When animals eat, chemical signatures get locked into tooth enamel. Plant eaters leave one signature, meat eaters leave another. Enamel is the hardest tissue in the body. Those signatures survive for millions of years. They compared our ancestors with 43 other fossils from the same era: hyenas, jackals, big cats. our ancestors matched the plant eaters, not the hunters. 3 million years ago, your ancestors were eating plants. July 2025. A Dartmouth-led study, also in Science. They found that about 2.3 million years ago, our ancestors started digging up underground roots, tubers, bulbs, the ancient version of potatoes, packed with carbohydrates, available year-round, more reliable than hunting. The twist: they started eating these carb-rich foods 700,000 years before their teeth evolved to handle them. Behavior first, biology caught up later. The Dartmouth team called it a signal moment in our evolution. Lead researcher Nathaniel Dominy put it simply: the ability to exploit grass tissues may be our secret sauce. Even now, our global economy turns on a few species of grass: rice, wheat, corn, barley. Carbs did not make us weak. Carbs are what let our brains grow. There is a real scientific debate about what came next. One Harvard camp says cooking was the turning point. Another says stone tools for slicing and pounding food did the job. The debate is ongoing. But both sides agree on one thing: plants were at the center of the plate. The Hadza are one of the last hunter-gatherer communities on Earth. About 1,200 people in northern Tanzania eating only what the land provides. Paul Saladino visited them in 2022 and told his audience they were the closest thing we have to a time machine. He used them as proof of the ancestral meat diet. Here is what the Hadza actually eat. According to Duke University researcher Herman Ponzer, roughly 65% of Hadza calories come from carbohydrates, tubers, fruits, baobab, and honey, which provides 15 to 20% of their daily calories in blooming season. Meat is about a third, and during the rainy months, there are stretches with almost no meat at all. They eat 100 grams of fiber per day, 5 times the American average. Fewer than 2% are even overweight. Obesity is virtually non-existent. Heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure are all rare. A broader study of 11 hunter-gatherer groups found the same pattern. Most relied more on plants than animals. The so-called ancestral meat diet does not match what actual ancestral people eat. The difference between the Hadza and a meatfluencer is not whether they eat meat, it is that they eat everything. Here is the full story. Your earliest ancestors ate plants. As our species evolved, meat became part of the diet, but so did tubers, honey, seeds, and insects. The human diet was never one thing. It was everything. The two biggest promoters of the all-meat myth both collapsed under scrutiny. One quit. One was exposed. Both were selling supplements. And the system that makes meat cheap runs on $72 billion in taxpayer subsidies, while fruits and vegetables get less than a penny on the dollar. Eat meat if you want, but know the full story. Know that the diet sold to you as natural has never existed in any human society in history. And know that the system making meat cheap and plants expensive is not an accident. This is not about what is on your plate. It is about who put it there. We open the files they do not want you reading.